Hello, everyone. It's very exciting. I didn't expect to pitch again. But anyway, so we made Betia English. This is an app that makes students speak in English many times. English is a global language. It is spoken everywhere. And as you see, 60% of our top 1 million websites are built in English. But some people master English, but some people don't. And when people master English, it is affecting even the salary range of Vietnamese people. Who speak better English, make more money. English is divided into reading, writing, listening, and speaking. But there are many things help people study reading, writing, and listening. But there is a very little resource to help them people to speak English, especially in Asia. So the problem is classes are boring, and then we can have very minimum time speaking in English. That's the reason why many Asian people understand English but cannot speak in English. And speaking is very human dependent. So when there are good teachers, good quality education. When there's no good teachers, no good quality education. So we started to dream. If we can make an RPG game with a proven academic content and also with the AI-powered voice recognition engine trained to understand the voice of the kids. So here comes Betia. A sound? It's okay. Yeah, you can see the quality of the content already. And he just said, I can speak English. So Betia English, I can say, is the most exciting way to keep students speaking in English. It is very engaging, it is very efficient, and it's very self-motivating. And market opportunity is huge. Only in Vietnam, we foresee about 1 million students potentially be benefited. And in the world, there's about 65 million students out there who can be benefited. And this is very working well. And this is a report of my own son. As you see, he spoke 159 sentences last week. He spoke 162 sentences 2 weeks ago. He spoke even 222 sentences 3 weeks ago. And not only my son, as you see, each user in Betia speak 11,000 sentences, and each time they stay for 35 minutes. And accumulated number of sentences that we dealt is more than 500 million pieces of data. And we are credited by Korean government. And last year, we were chosen as the top app in Korea by Google Korea. And we launched our Nintendo Switch version in Japan last year. And now we are in Vietnam. We partnered with the VTC Online, and we launched our app service last week. And only within 3 days, we have already recorded 2,000 downloads. We are a team to be built to mind the learning gap using technology. And Betia is very unique because it's very scalable and it can provide a personalized learning. We have proven a solid growth in Korea, but this year is the first year that we are going outside of Korea, and Vietnam is our first overseas B2C market. These are the pictures of kids who are playing our games in Japan and Korea. Don't they look happy? So I want to help Vietnamese kids to experience this fun feeling of learning language through Betia English. So if you have a phone, please go download our service now. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Hodoolabs, for your presentation. And now it's time for Q&A with our judges.
I'll start. Hello?
Yes.
Can you talk a little about your technology? How are you delivering this? So some of the key English-speaking apps like Duolingo or Elsa, how are you different?
It's very different because Duolingo and Elsa is a gamified learning, but we are a real game. So to kids is very attractive because it has a very high quality as other commercial games do. So we are a company spin off from NCSoft, which is the world's largest game maker in Korea. So we know how to make the game. And we embedded the attractive story they are using in a game to our game. And then we also built voice recognition engine, which helps the kids to speak in English to play the game. So they don't play with the hands or they don't play with the keyboard, but they need to speak to the character as they solve the mission in the game. And then we understand the kid's voice and react if as they pronounced. Yes, Michelle.
I'd like to understand why you think you had, what was the key advantage within 3 days that gave you 2,000 downloads? Why do you think the product is so compelling to the market here?
That's actually thanks to our strong local partner, VTC Online. So VTC Online is our marketing, sales, the local partner. And they're the company who has invited the Korean games over the years to Vietnamese market, made them so successful. So we made our publishing partnership with the VTC Online, and out of the sales, we get the revenue share from them. So we are a small company, we're a tech company. So we are focusing, controlling the quality of a system and operating it stably. And VTC Online is in charge of sales, marketing, investment, and growing the business in Vietnam.
So the second part of the question is, you had 2,000 downloads in 3 days. How many of those are converting to paying customers?
Oh, so we are in the next week in Hanoi. We have the grand opening ceremony. So we are not yet grand open. So we are still at the free user session. So we are focusing getting more traffic so that many people become aware of our game in Vietnam. Thank you.
Hi, Min.
Yes.
Yep, I have a question about the macroeconomic challenge that edtechs are facing. So during the pandemic, there is a lot of growth in edtechs across the region and the world.
Sure.
Now we are seeing a very sharp decline in demand, as you would appreciate.
Yes.
My question is, what would your plan be if such a slowdown in demand would actually be a challenge to your expansion in Vietnam?
Right. So as you said, even in Korea, like my company has soared up during the COVID-19, and then we grew a lot. But now, as you said, the market started to get back to the learning center-based learning. But the thing is, that's the reason why we are trying to get out of Korea. So the Korean market, even though it becomes 50% smaller, if we come to Japan, if you come to Vietnam, the market will be 3 times, 5 times, 10 times larger. So our intention is a digital service. And we can be expanded globally very fast. For example, Vietnam, we signed a contract in May, but we launched last week, which means it took only us 2.5 months to localize everything to serve Vietnamese kids. So we want to be a fast mover to a bigger market instead of waiting for your own market to be shrinked.
If there's still time, there's a related question that I want to ask. Would you need to have another round of investment fund to actually finance your expansion overseas?
We closed our Series B funding last year, and then now we are looking for the bridge funder to be accelerated for overseas expansion, as you said.
Okay, thank you. Do you have any intention to adopt a personalized education or adaptive learning technologies into your product?
So not in Vietnam yet, but in Korea, we start to analyze the data of the kids, and we start to provide a very specific reports to the parents and the teachers. So now, before students come to classroom, the teachers already know about what pronunciation they got wrong, what pronunciation they got right. So it's more like an MRI or CT to the doctor. So they can know about the students better before they come to classroom through this.
So I would like to ask, when you bring your apps to Vietnam, how much customization you make when you enter the market? Yeah,
so we only localize the language, and our local partner helped us out, and then we tried it in Japan. There are not much localization needed to go outside of Korea, but only the text part needs to be translated. That's the reason why how quickly we can move out of Korea.
So for the kids, which age is your target?
From 6 to 12.
6 to 12, only
yes.
6 to 12. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your presentation.